You walk into a room and something happens. You shrink. You become smaller. You look down. You second guess every word before it leaves your mouth. You wonder what they think of you. You wonder if you're enough. You wonder if you belong here. And that feeling, that quiet, painful, suffocating feeling has been following you your entire life. In classrooms, in job interviews, in relationships, in every moment where you had something to say, but stayed silent. In every opportunity you watched walk away. Because fear spoke louder than you did. And you've told yourself 1,000 times, I need to be more confident. One day, I'll believe in myself. One day, I'll stop caring what people think. One day, but one day never comes. Because confidence is not something that arrives one day. Confidence is something you build every single day. With every decision you make, with every fear you face, with every time you choose yourself over the opinion of the world. And today, that building starts. Let me take you back to the moment it started, because you were not born without confidence. No child is born doubting themselves. Watch a child learn to walk. They fall. They get up. They fall again. They laugh. They get up again. No shame. No self-doubt. No voice saying, maybe walking isn't for me. They just keep going because they haven't learned yet. That failure is something to be ashamed of. That looking foolish is dangerous. That other people's opinions matter more than their own. But then something happens. Someone laughs at them. Someone criticizes them. Someone says, you're not good enough. You're too much. You're not enough. Who do you think you are? And that child, that fearless, unstoppable, confident child, starts to shrink. Starts to hide, starts to edit themselves before they even show up. And years pass, and that child becomes you, still carrying those words, still hearing that voice, still shrinking in rooms where you should be standing tall. The world didn't steal your confidence. The world just convinced you to give it away. And today, you're taking it back. Let me destroy some lies you've been believing. Lie number 1, confident people are not afraid. Wrong. Confident people are terrified. The difference is they move anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and deciding that what you want is more important than how scared you are. Every person you admire for their confidence has a voice inside them too. A voice that doubts, a voice that questions, a voice that says, what if I fail? They just learn not to obey it. Lie number 2, confidence comes from success. Wrong. Confidence comes from trying, from showing up, from doing the hard thing. Even when you're not sure, it will work. Success builds confidence eventually, but trying builds it immediately. The moment you take the step, the moment you raise your hand, the moment you speak when everything says stay silent, that's when confidence grows, not after the win, during the attempt. Lie number 3, some people are just naturally confident. Wrong. Nobody is born confident. Confidence is a skill, like any other skill. It is built through practice, through repetition, through doing uncomfortable things, until they become comfortable. The most confident person in the room was once the most afraid. They just practiced more, and so can you. Now let me go deeper, because understanding where self-doubt comes from is the first step to destroying it. Self-doubt lives in one place, the gap between who you are right now and who you think you should be. That gap, that painful, suffocating gap, is where all your insecurity lives. And most people try to fix it by becoming better, by achieving more, by losing the weight, by making the money, by getting the validation. And sometimes that helps for a moment, but then the gap moves because the standard moves. And suddenly you need more. You need to be better. You need to achieve bigger. And the insecurity never goes away because you were trying to fill an internal wound with external achievements. It doesn't work. Here's the truth. Self-confidence is not about becoming someone else. Self-confidence is about accepting who you are right now while still working to grow. Not one or the other. Both. You are not a finished product, but you are not a broken one either. You are a human being in the middle of becoming. And that is enough to stand tall. That is enough to speak up. That is enough to walk into any room and know that you belong there. Not because you've arrived, but because you're on the journey. And the journey is enough. Let me talk about the prison. The prison that most people live in their entire lives. The prison of other people's opinions. You know this prison. You've been living in it. Every time you didn't say something because of what they think. Every time you didn't wear something because of how they'd look. Every time you didn't try something because of what they'd say. If you failed, you built your life around a question. What will people think? And that question has cost you everything. Your authenticity, your freedom, your confidence, your actual life. Here's what I need you to understand. People are not thinking about you. Not as much as you think. They are too busy worrying about what you think of them. Everyone is walking around in their own prison of self-consciousness, their own fears, their own insecurities, their own doubts, and they're all too busy with their own voices to spend much time on yours. The audience you've been performing for was never really watching. And even if they were, even if every single person in that room was watching you, judging you, talking about you, so what? What is the actual cost? Their opinion of you changes nothing about your worth, changes nothing about your potential, changes nothing about who you are capable of becoming. The only opinion that has ever mattered is yours. Start acting like it. So how do you build it? Real confidence, deep confidence, the kind that doesn't disappear when someone criticizes you, the kind that doesn't crumble when you fail, the kind that walks into every room knowing, I belong here. First, keep the promises you make to yourself. This is the foundation of everything. Every time you say you'll wake up early and you don't, you lose a little confidence. Every time you say you'll work out and you don't, you lose a little confidence. Every time you set a goal and abandon it, you lose a little confidence because your brain is keeping score. And when you consistently break promises to yourself, your brain learns this person cannot be trusted. This person doesn't follow through. This person is not serious. But when you keep your promises, even the small ones, your brain learns something different. This person does what they say. This person can be trusted. This person is someone worth believing in. And when you believe in yourself, confidence is automatic. Second, do one scary thing every day. Not a massive, terrifying thing. Just one small, uncomfortable thing. Make the phone call you've been avoiding. Speak up in the meeting. Introduce yourself to a stranger. Say what you actually think. Every small act of courage deposits confidence into your account. And slowly, your balance grows. Third, stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Comparison is confidence poison. Every time you look at someone else's highlight reel and compare it to your behind the scenes, you lose. Because you're not seeing their struggle, their doubt, their failures, their dark nights. You're only seeing their wins. And measuring yourself against someone else's wins while you're still in the middle of your story is not fair. And it's not true. Run your own race, at your own pace, on your own path. Fourth, change how you talk to yourself. You would never speak to someone you love the way you speak to yourself. You would never tell your best friend, you're not good enough. You're a failure. Nobody likes you. You'll never make it. But you say these things to yourself every day, and you wonder why you're not confident. Start speaking to yourself like someone worth believing in. Not fake positivity. Not empty affirmations. Just honesty with kindness. I'm struggling right now, but I'm still here. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm still trying. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm moving. That's enough. That's confidence. I want to leave you with this. The most confident version of you is not some distant future person. It's not someone you become after you lose the weight, after you make the money, after you get the approval. The most confident version of you is available right now, in this moment. It's the version that decides, I am done waiting to feel ready. I am done waiting for permission. I am done making myself small. so that other people feel comfortable. That version shows up scared and does it anyway. That version gets rejected and tries again anyway. That version fails publicly and stands back up anyway, because confidence is not a feeling. Confidence is a decision. The decision to show up fully, to speak your truth loudly, to take up the space you were given, to believe in yourself, not because you have all the answers, but because you are willing to find them. You were not put on this earth to shrink. You were not put here to whisper when you should be speaking. You were not put here to hide when you should be standing. You were put here to show up fully, completely, unapologetically, as exactly who you are. Flaws and all, fears and all, doubts and all. Because the world doesn't need a perfect version of you. The world needs the real version of you. Confident, present, alive, and unafraid to be seen. So walk into that room, head up, shoulders back, eyes forward, and know in every cell of your body, I belong here. I have something to offer. I am enough. Not one day, not when everything is perfect. Now, today, this moment, you are enough. Go show the world.